The Sai Satcharitra is a biography based on the true life stories of Sai Baba of Shirdi, authored by Shri Govind Raghunath Dabolkar alias Hemadpant. The original edition of the Sai Satcharitra was published in Marathi on 26 November 1930. A subsequent English edition was soon published in 1944 by Shri Nagesh Devastate, N.V. Gunaji, translated from the original Marathi composition. It was at some point after 1910 AD that Hemadpant went, one fine morning, to the Masjid in Shirdi for getting a darshan of Sai Baba. Hemadpant was wonderstruck to see the accompanying marvel. Subsequent to washing his mouth and face, Sai Baba started to get ready for granulating wheat. He spread a sack on the floor, and consequently set a hand factory. He took some amount of wheat in a winnowing fan, and afterward drawing up the sleeves of his Kafni and grabbing hold of the peg of the hand factory, began granulating the wheat by placing a couple of bunches of wheat in the upper opening of the plant and pivoted it. Hemadpant thought, what business Baba had with the granulating of wheat, when he didn't have anything and put away nothing, and as he lived on offerings. A few people who had come there thought in like manner, however none had the boldness to ask Baba what he was doing. Promptly, this updates on Baba's crushing wheat spread into the town, and without a moment's delay people hurried to the Masjid and ran there to see Baba's demonstration. 4 striking ladies, from the group, constrained their way up and pushing Baba aside, took coercively the peg or handle into their hands, and, singing Baba's Leelas, began pounding. From the start Baba was infuriated, yet on observing the ladies' affection and dedication, he was highly satisfied and started to grin. While they were granulating, they started to imagine that Baba had no house, no property, no youngsters, none to take care of, and he lived on contributions. He didn't require any wheat flour for making bread or roti. What will he do with this large amount of flour? Maybe as Baba is benevolent, he will circulate the flour among us. Thinking along these lines while singing, they completed the crushing, and in the wake of setting the hand factory aside, they isolated the flour into 4 parts and started to evacuate them, one for every head. Baba, who was quiet and calm up till currently, kicked wild and off manhandling them, saying, "Women, would you say you are gone distraught? Whose father's property would you say you are plundering ceaselessly? Have I obtained any wheat from you, with the goal that you can securely take the flour? Presently kindly do this. Take the flour and toss it on the town fringe limits." On hearing this, the ladies felt abashed and murmuring among them, left to the edges of the town and spread the floor as coordinated by Baba. Hemadpant asked the Shirdi individuals, what was this that Baba did? They answered that as the cholera plague was spreading in the town and this was Baba's cure against the equivalent, it was not wheat that was ground but rather the cholera itself was ground to pieces and pushed out of the town. From this time forward, the cholera plague died down and the individuals of the town were cheerful. Hemadpant was quite satisfied to know this, and yet his interest was likewise stimulated. Hemadpant began to ask himself, what natural association was there between wheat flour and cholera? What was the easygoing connection between the two? What's more, how to accommodate them? The occurrence is by all accounts incomprehensible. Hemadpant should compose something on this and sing, however much Hemadpant might want Baba's sweet Leelas. Considering this Leela, his heart was loaded up with satisfaction and Hemadpant was therefore propelled to compose Baba's life. Furthermore, as we probably aware, with Baba's elegance and gift this work was effectively cultivated. Philosophical centrality of granulating. Aside from the implying that the individuals of Shirdi put on this episode of granulating wheat, there is, we think, a philosophical centrality as well. Sai Baba lived in Shirdi for around 60 years, and during this significant stretch, he did the matter of crushing consistently, not, be that as it may, the wheat alone, however the transgressions, the psychological and physical pains and the tragedies of his incalculable enthusiasts. The two stones of his factory comprised of karma and bhakti, the previous being the lower and the last the upper one. The handle with which Baba worked the factory comprised of jnana. It was the firm conviction of Baba that information or self-acknowledgement is beyond the realm of imagination, except if there is the earlier demonstration of granulating of every one of our driving forces, wants, sins, and of the three gunas, viz. Sattva, Raja and Tama, and the Ahankara, which is so inconspicuous and hence so hard to be disposed of. This helps us to remember a comparable story of Kabir, who seeing a lady granulating corn said to his master, Nipti Ranjana, Hemadpant, sobbing on the grounds that Hemadpant feel the misery of being squashed in this wheel of common presence like the corn in the hand factory. Nipti Ranjana answered, don't be apprehensive, hold quick to the handle of information on this plant, as Hemadpant do, and don't meander far away from the equivalent yet go internal to the middle, and you make certain to be spared.